In December 2021, I hit 290,000 in online course sales. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you are new around here, my name is Amy from Rebelle Nutrition. I'm so excited that you are here. I am going to be talking about something really exciting last month, which was December 2021. It was actually my biggest revenue month ever in my business. So I'm going to be breaking down all of the numbers, how much I spent in expenses, how much I made, and then answering a bunch of questions from you guys about exactly how I did it. So how big my team is, what my social media strategy looked like, what my launch looked like, all of those good things, because really my purpose behind sharing and being so transparent about money is that I want other people to be able to do what I did. So anything that I can share to you that will help you in your business, feel free to take as your own. But to start, for those of you who are new around here, my business, Rebelle Nutrition, is an online course business. So I started as a nutritionist, hence the name Rebelle Nutrition. I started with an online nutrition course, teaching people about nutrition, wellness, and that was kind of my niche when I started out. And then I realized that really all that anybody wanted to ask me about after those first couple of nutrition launches were, how I made an online course, the tech setup, how I launched it, how I was making consistent money from my nutrition courses and not seeing nutrition clients anymore, and how I was making enough money from my courses to sustain my lifestyle, because at the time I was traveling the world full time. So I was like living as a digital nomad, making over 5 figures a month at that time from my online courses. And that's when I was like, you know what? I think I should teach people how to create online courses. So that's what I teach now. And really the main offer that I have at this point is my online course academy. You might see me refer to it as OCA all the time on Instagram. So that is primarily what I'm selling. So OCA is my main offer now, but I have to tell you guys, at the beginning of December, I reflected back on 2020 and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna have a plan for December. I'm not going to try and hit any specific goals. I honestly, I was so proud of what I did in 2021. I was like, I'm gonna just chill in December. I'm just gonna relax. And I was like, if I feel inspired to create reels or TikTok content or whatever, I'm going to. It's not hard for me to stay consistent on social media. It's just fun for me. So I was like, I'll do that if I feel like it, but I'm not gonna have anything planned. It's like, this is the month to rest. And of course, that mindset allowed me to have my biggest month ever. So I wanted to start off with that because I am just the hustle mentality just gives me just terrible vibes. And I think that it oftentimes hurts people more than it helps them, me specifically. So again, if it's helpful to you, having that relaxed mindset can sometimes really, really pay off. So let's just jump into the numbers because I know you guys are curious. In December 2021, I hit 290,000 in online course sales, and that was really primarily from my online course academy bundle. And like I said, I didn't have any launches planned. I really didn't have any promotions planned. I really had nothing planned for December other than I had planned for 2022 to be increasing the price of the online course academy bundle because we have some new updates and guest videos coming and being added to the course. So the price was increasing in 2022. And I literally just, at the beginning of December, I just decided to do an Instagram story and I was like, hey, you guys, the price of the course is gonna be increasing in 2022. So if you want in, send me a DM, I'll get you the sale price. That was basically the extent of my launch. And I got so bombarded with people who wanted the sale price. So I was basically, for the rest of the month, I would just post about it here and there. If people DM me for the sale price, I would give them the sale price. So really it was not planned. It just ended up working out really well that a lot of people wanted to enroll at that sale price. So I have kind of a breakdown for you guys because what I did with the sale, I would kind of consider to be a live launch. Now, a live launching strategy, which is something that I teach inside OCA, is basically when you plan a specific number of days where you're doing a lot of promotions to try and get a lot of people in your course at one time. Now, obviously that's not really passive because you are having to give people the link, you're having to send out emails, you're having to show up on Instagram stories, whatever. It's a great way to get a lot of sales, but it's not passive. So that did work really well. And again, I didn't plan that, but the normal method, what I do and how I've consistently made over 6 figures a month for the entire past year is my passive strategy. So in December, not only did I kind of have that live launch element, but I also still had my passive funnel running. And by passive sales or passive funnel, what I mean by that is I have an automated webinar that is bringing in new people every single day. It's basically a video of me teaching, providing value, and then telling people how they can enroll in my course. So that's kind of running in the background all the time. And then if I do a live launch, which I kind of did in December, then I have both going at the same time, which is why I really think that December was so huge. And again, I teach both of those methods in addition to online course creation itself inside that course. So I will link to that below if you guys want more info on that. And then I wanted to break down the number of students, like how many actually were from the live sale and then how many were passive. And I was really surprised. So we had 293 new students in December, which is crazy. And keep in mind, some of those are payment plan students and some of them are pay in full. So that's why, like, if you're looking at the fact that the course is around $2,000 and there's 293 new students, it doesn't exactly equal double of that, but because it depends if somebody did a payment plan or paid in full. So 293 new students, only 44 of those actually came from my sale launch. Everyone else came from my passive funnel, which is really cool because that shows me that my passive funnels are basically killing it. And I mean, I don't want to be live launching every month. I don't think most people do. Most people are like, let me do the least amount of work as possible. Same, me too. So that was really cool to see. And if anyone was interested in that. Now, I'm going to be answering some of the main questions that I got from you guys in terms of like what my expenses look like in order to hit 290,000 in a month. And I'm happy to say, because this is a question I get all the time, I don't spend any money on ads. So if you are somebody who is very new and you don't have a budget, just know that it's absolutely possible for you to be hitting big numbers like this, even if you're not paying for ads. I have dabbled in ads in the past, and I'm not saying that they don't work, but I personally find that I have a lot better results just focusing on organic content. So organic content meaning free content that I post to Instagram, TikTok, sometimes YouTube. So not a dollar spent in ad spend. In terms of the people that are helping me behind the scenes, I have one full-time assistant. So she is my main expense. She's editing this video right now. She helps me with a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but I mean, honestly, how doable is that? Again, if you're somebody who's getting started, maybe you don't have the same size audience that I do right now, but that's totally okay. That can be built. It's taken, me time to build my audience to this point, but my first launches, I was still making $10,000 on my launches when I only had a couple thousand followers. So just know there are ways to make even like a full-time income, even if you don't have hundreds of thousands of followers yet, or a budget for ads or anything like that. Now, another question that I got from Instagram was, how much do I pay in taxes for that? So again, I'm not a CPA. My general rule of thumb is every month I put away about 30% of what I have made into a special savings account that is only for taxes. So I don't touch that money. Otherwise, I set that away and then I pay quarterly taxes. And then that way, every time I go to pay quarterly taxes, all of that money is already there. And I don't feel like I'm having to dip into my business savings or anything like that. It's like out of sight, out of mind. And honestly, that is something that really helps me mentally when I'm paying a 6-figure tax bill to wrap my mind around doing that, because it's not always easy. You just have to look at it though. It's like if you're paying a lot in taxes, then that means that your business is killing it. So it's just really reframing how you look at that. Now, another question that I got was sales tax. This is a really good question. And sales tax, if you have an online course and you're using Teachable, I use Teachable. I can't really speak to any other online course platforms, but I'm assuming that they do the same thing. They actually take sales tax out for you. So for example, if somebody from Florida goes to enroll in my course, it's going to calculate the sales tax automatically for them before they purchase. And I don't know off the top of my head what the sales tax rate in Florida is, but it's different for every single student that enrolls depending on where they are. Also, if you're like outside the US, usually it tends to be a little bit higher. So I don't have to worry about anything sales tax related. That is completely just taken care of from Teachable. And then the only thing that you as a online course creator have to worry about is paying like federal and state income taxes for your business, but you would be doing that anyways. Just checked my Instagram again to see if we got any more questions. So this is a really good one. Somebody said, how do you keep growing every single month? Which is a great question because I've been sharing my income reports basically all of 2021 and they've consistently grown and grown and grown. And my audience hasn't really grown that much, honestly, since maybe May. Like I was kind of on a roll there with Reels for a while, and then I stopped around like 150K on Instagram. That's my main platform. And I haven't really grown much since then. So it is kind of incredible that I've continued to significantly scale my income since then. And what I think the reason is that I really honed in, and now the only course that I promote, I have like 8 courses at this point, but the only one that I ever talk about, the content that I create, everything is focused on Online Course Academy. Everything is focused on online courses. Every reel that I create, every TikTok that I create, it somehow comes back to Online Course Academy, whether I'm talking about course topics or money or mindset or anything like that. It is always related to Online Course Academy. And then in the caption, I'm always reminding people where they can go to learn more. Click the link in my bio, watch my masterclass, ask me your questions about OCA. I share new students that have enrolled. I shout them out on my Instagram. I say, welcome to OCA, and like, let me know what questions you have. If you follow me, you're probably so annoyed with me saying OCA, okay? Even maybe in this video now. But I really think that's the thing, is honing in on one offer so that anytime new people are coming into my audience or watching my stories, they know exactly what I'm about, what I teach, and what they can learn from me. And that's not to say that I never post about other things. Like I still post about my life. I love going out and doing fun things in LA, going to the spa, and I share a lot of that as well. But as far as the thing that I'm selling, it's very, very focused on OCA. And I honestly feel like that is the main thing, because the first time you start talking about your offer, a lot of people are not going to be ready to purchase, especially if like mine, it's, you know, over $1,000 or $2,000. People need time to learn about it, to make sure that it's right for them, even to get their finances in order. So you can't really expect people, you know, to talk about something for a couple of days and expect everybody who's going to buy during that time frame. And I think that's really where live launches can really fall short. Whereas if you're doing a passive strategy like I do, and I teach in my Online Course Academy, I'm talking about OCA all the time and always giving people an opportunity to enroll so that over time they can enroll when it's right for them, and I get paid every single day. So it's really a win-win. That's the way that I really like to look at making passive income, making passive sales from an online course, is that it truly is a win-win. You're not, you know, giving somebody a false sense of urgency of like, you need to get in now, otherwise you won't be able to get in until next year, because what if the timing's not right for them or whatever? It's the time that works for them is the best time to get in. So I love that. And then obviously having a combination of both, which I do not plan to do every single month, but it worked out well for me in December. I think that is really how I've continued to grow. Okay, this is another really good question. Does revealing your income affect your freedom and connection with people around you? So this is really interesting because if anything, I think being this honest has actually opened up a lot of conversations with people in my family and friend group that I never would have had otherwise, because money is one of those things, sort of like, what are the things they say not to talk about on a first date? Like politics, religion, things like that. Money is like one of those things that you almost like, you don't know if it's considered taboo to bring up. And me doing it in such a public way kind of gives people that I'm around in real life permission to talk to me about these things that they feel like they don't have the permission to talk to anybody else about, which is actually really cool. And it's been really nice to have conversations about money and ways that we can help each other and mindset tips and all of these cool things. So no, it has not affected me negatively at all. And I also think I am lucky that I have a very positive group around me, so I'm not worried about it negatively affecting anything. Another question I got is about like the upkeep or expenses that are involved in having an online course. So the platforms or like softwares that I use are Teachable. So Teachable, I think, starts at like $30 a month. And that's where I host my course, and that's where I teach you guys to host your course inside OCA. But you can upgrade from there. It's pretty low cost. I think it's about $30 a month. ConvertKit is my email marketing software. So that's where like you're gonna automate all of the sales emails to remind people how to enroll. Here's the link to enroll, all of that good stuff. And I think that starts at about $30 a month too. I'm on a higher plan on that one, so I think I'm at like $100 a month. Other softwares, let's see. Lead Pages, that is a place where not only do I host my webinars, but I also use Lead Pages just as a really professional lead magnet. So when you want somebody to sign up for your webinar, you can build out a page on Lead Pages and it just looks really professional. It's super easy, it's very intuitive, and I just really love it. I don't think Lead Pages is something that you need at the beginning stages of your business. I didn't use it until like probably last year because it is more pricey. I think I paid for the whole year and I think maybe it was a couple $100s. So just know if you have the budget, great. If you don't, it's not that big of a deal. Other software that I use, EverWebinar, that's another place that I host my automated webinars. I think that's about $300 a year. So overall, if you add up like all of the softwares that I'm using, I'd say I'm probably spending a couple $100s a month to upkeep my courses. A couple $100s a month. You guys, like, let that sink in for a second. Couple $100s a month to be making almost 300 grand in a month. That is insane. Like, the profit margin of online courses is insane. And I just like, that's why I'm so passionate about teaching people, especially people that don't have a budget when they're getting started, or they don't have a budget to outsource. They don't have a budget for ads. Like this, it's so quick to actually, you know, obviously you have to put in the work, but once your course is done and you have it selling, you can create a full-time income for yourself in less than a few months. I've had tons of students do that. So that's why I love sharing this with you guys. I hope that this was helpful. I hope this is inspiring to you guys. If you're thinking like, oh my gosh, I want to start a business, or I need to get out of my other job like yesterday, what's the quickest way to do that? As long as you have some things that you are passionate about, topics that you're interested in, experiences that you've had in your life that you can look back and realize that you maybe taught yourself how to do something, you could teach that to somebody else, or an accomplishment that you've achieved that people want to pick your brain on all the time or ask you for free advice. Those things can be turned into an online course and be monetized, okay? And I can show you how to do it. I've done it myself. We've had hundreds of students do it inside Online Course Academy as well. So if you guys want more info about joining Online Course Academy, I will link to one of the free webinars that I was talking about in this video. I will link to it below so you can sign up, watch that. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me on Instagram at Rebelle Nutrition. I'm always happy to chat with you guys there. And let me know in the comments what other questions you have about online courses, passive income, revenue reports, like what other things did you guys want to know that I didn't cover in this video, because I can totally make another one. I love talking about money, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.